is up? Are you guys ready to fucking argue? Because I am. We have my favorite Taylor Swift album, Midnights, and I'm gonna be judging all of your opinions and all of your hot takes. Let's fucking get into this. It shouldn't get Album of the Year award. There were better albums nominated. See, Katarina, when I first responded to this, like, this was one of the few that I actually responded to immediately, and I was just basically like, fuck no. But looking at the albums that came out that year, we had SOS, Ocean Boulevard, Lana Del Rey. I kind of agree. I kind of agree. Ocean Boulevard was just a very, very, very good album, and like Lana never got AOTY, so I feel like she should have got it for that album. But I do think Midnight should have won over SOS, and that is a very hot take, but I'm gonna die on that hill. But I love SOS. She's cute. The Karma remix featuring Ice Spice is actually good. It actually is. The only problem I have with that track is like how it slows down at the Ice Spice part. I wish the production was very consistent, and I wish they allowed Ice to kind of jump on the original track rather than like remaking the track. I think the remix is definitely overhated, and I feel like a lot of people just hate Ice Spice, which is like valid, but like at the same time I feel like sometimes it's overhated. When people dislike a person, they tend to hate on their music even if the music is slightly good. Although Sweet Nothing is beautiful, it has red flags in it now that I know they broke up. I guess, you know, just knowing that they broke up. The whole album has red flags. Midnight is a red flag. The Great War is in the top 10 Taylor bangers of all time. That's crazy. Bangers? No. Songwriting? Absolutely. One of her best written songs, I think, in general. But bangers? Top 10 is wild considering you have 1989, you have Rep. What? I don't know. I disagree. The 3 AM tracks are the best on the album. I can see that because a lot of my favorites are on the 3 AM tracks, but also like I do love like Bejeweled, and I love Snow on the Beach and Lavender Haze. Like I think the standard album has like some heavy hitters as well. I think it's a skip list album, but whatever. I'm gonna let y'all argue over that. This is one of my top 3 Taylor albums. So glad you liked it. At least you have taste, because I can see there's a seat at the table profile picture. You have taste. This is definitely on top. If somebody was to tell me like, oh, Midnight is not at the top of like top 5 Taylor albums for me, I think I would genuinely be fucking concerned. I would literally be like, what do you mean it's not top 5 out of the what, 10 I think there are? No way it's not top 5. Tell me about your thoughts on would've, could've, should've, y'all. That's my fucking thoughts. That song, I'm so pissed at my reaction for that song. Like specific, that's one of the, not one of the main reasons it's not going on YouTube, but just because it is one of my favorite songs, and like I was just so drunk and high and delirious that like I literally was not catching what she was talking about. I can relate to it heavily. I might do a ranking for Midnights. I might do something for Midnights on my channel. I don't know. That's one of Taylor's best songs, I think. Her emotion, the anger, and like how she's like portraying what happened to her at the same age as like it was when John Mayer was how old he was, is absolutely fucking insane, dude. She gets to this part in the song, damn, I'm like turning this into a reaction when it should be like a bit video, fuck. She sings like, give me back my girlhood, it was mine first, but the way that she is singing it, she completely does a tone switch, and she puts herself in this like child regression, and she kind of has this like voice that like literally sounds like her at that age. Hold on, you see how she's in her normal tone right here? Years of tearing down our banners, you and I, living for the thrill of hitting you where it hurts. Give me back my girlhood, it was mine first. God, I can't turn this into a fucking music thing. I cannot, we can't, the music's going back off. It's muted, we're not playing any more songs. But should've, could've, would've, could've, should've, sorry. Do I have fucking dyslexia? Top 10 Taylor tracks. I love that song. I love that song. And the way that she did her vocal changes on that literally choked me the fuck up. Let's not do any more drunken high videos at 4:30 in the morning. I think that's a better a better take. Not a question, but you got that vinyl quick. I literally did. Y'all, after I filmed, I went to Target. I don't think it was the next day because I was like kind of hungover, but it was definitely the day after next, and I went to go get the vinyl. I love Midnights. I think Taylor's albums are like wine. You taste it at your own rhythm. Yes, glitch_tay13, you get it. This is why I don't really argue with people over like rankings of like certain albums, even when it comes to like Beyonce, because I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna like judge your opinion just like what I'm doing right now currently. I'm gonna judge your opinion, but at the same time, I feel like it's valid for people who have such lengthy discographies and like so much content. I feel like there's no right answer to like what their best album is. I don't know, you can go with like critically acclaimed albums, but even then it's all, even that is like subjective. It's subjective, Lauren. You're being an idiot. But yeah, Midnights is my favorite for sure. Midnights and Evermore are locked and loaded. And Speak Now for sure. I hate the hate for Midnights because I love it. Same. 3AM tracks saved the album. Original was mid and didn't deserve album of the year. Okay, let's unpack that. You made multiple claims. 3AM tracks saved the album. There could be no 3AM tracks in that album and still be absolutely fantastic. Don't agree there. But, and the original was mid? How can you... What? Labyrinth, Bejeweled, Vigilante shit. Are you fucking kidding? So on the beach, you're on your own, kid? She has You're on Your Own, Kid on the OG, and y'all are literally calling it mid? That's crazy. Lavender Haze, Maroon. Are the brains in our head on? Are they working? Definitely one of her most cohesive, both sonically and thematically. I completely agree. I think it is her most cohesive album. Like I don't think there's any album that she has that's more cohesive than Midnight. The way it sounds, like, I mean, you said, yeah, agreed, liked, shared, and subscribed to that take. One of her best albums, period. Yes. See, you guys are getting it. Some of y'all are getting it, and some of you will get it one day, hopefully. You'll wake up and smell the flowers. Taylor said this album was nothing she has ever done, but she has definitely done this before. Ooh. That's actually a take that like is very interesting, that I respect. There are a lot of things that she's done before in this album, but also at the same time, just coming to Taylor's defense, there are a lot of things that she tried for the first time on this album. A lot of the content and the material is sort of the same, but she went a lot deeper, I feel like, in this album, and just being a lot more like honest and raw. And I just think sonically, what other Taylor album sounds like Midnight? She's never done something like this, but I also agree somewhat because some of the content is like repetitive. Labyrinth is heartbreaking. It is. Labyrinth is heartbreaking, but it's also very comforting, I feel like. It's like when you're comforting, when you feel comfort in like your sadness, or you feel comfort in discomfort. I don't know. That's what Labyrinth kind of feels like to me. And it's like her realization moment, like halfway through the album, she's like, oh shit. Like, I love that song, and I'm so happy that like I was able to have that song like grow on people based on my reaction. That makes me feel good because it's one of my favorites on the album, probably top 3 to 5. The Great War hits even harder when you know what the flowers she mentions symbolize. Okay. Love that you just didn't tell me. Like, what the fuck?
The Great War is great if you really know the deep lore of this fucking track. Period. Okay? Like, what is the, like, hold on.
Crimson and Clover was released 1968 and written by the American singer and songwriter Tommy James. The lyrics are open to interpretation, but the most common interpretation is that Crimson and Clover refers to a romantic encounter or relationship. The title and lyrics evoke imagery of nature and changing seasons, which some have suggested is a metaphor for ups and downs of a relationship. However, the exact meaning remains somewhat ambiguous, allowing listeners to interpret the lyrics in their own way. Oh shit. I'm not gonna get crazy. I'm not gonna do that. But I feel like my interpretation of Midnight is a little bit on track. That's my hot take. I feel like what I said in my video, a lot of it was kind of like reaching, but also it was just my head kind of just being big at the moment. Some of the songs on the main album could have been easily swapped with Dear Reader and Glitch. Maybe, but like, wouldn't you want more songs? I don't know. Like, I don't know why y'all hate the OG so much. Like, I feel like if you have songs like Sweet Nothing, Karma, Labyrinth, Mastermind, like, come on now. Lavender, it's literally skip list. I think the only song that I would be like okay to is like Midnight Rain. Y'all are actually, y'all are tripping. Question could have been a shorter track and would have felt less repetitive that way. I absolutely agree. I love Question, but like, I still don't know what that song is about. Genuinely, I have no fucking clue what's going on in that song. It just left me with more questions, and I feel like, I don't know, it sounds good, but like, I can't really connect to that song, and it was a little bit too long and very repetitive, so I sort of agree with you there. Dear Reader is a better album closer than Mastermind, considering the Thoughts at Midnight theme. Considering. It was very much inspired by the re-recording process and combo of old memories in The End of Joe. I agree. I mean, yeah, I think it dug up a lot of feelings for her. I think I said that somewhere. It dug up a lot of feelings for her, like re-recording, you know, like Speak Now, and then I would guess that would prompt her to write Woulda Coulda Shoulda. I literally didn't love this album because it was a downgrade after Evermore, but I love it now. I could see how you would feel that way. Like, I think I'm like perceiving these albums very differently because I've been listening to Taylor over the span of like 3 months or so. So I feel like it's just a lot like at once. So like I have recency bias a bit, and I feel like I might with Torture Poets, unless Torture Poets is just completely fucking trash, then like, you know, I could see how you would feel that way, because Evermore was just absolutely insane. That like, yeah, coming out with Midnights, I probably would have been like, bitch, what are you doing? Labyrinth is one of my favorite tracks lyrically, but I hate the production so much I always skip. What? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that y'all are. Do you hear this, bro? I feel like the production is better than. Okay, we're not even gonna get into it. I love the production, but I feel like. No, actually, no. Dylan, I'm not letting you get that off. That's a bad take. That's a bad take. That's one of her best produced tracks on this album. It literally feels like I'm in euphoria. It feels like I'm like on a drug bender. It feels like I'm blacked out with my best friends. It feels like I'm falling in love again, but also like going through a breakup, but also like, dude, in the production just emphasizes everything that she's saying. Jack ate that up. Taylor ate that up. This is the album to listen to, Faded. Yes, I was very much gone. If you saw my video, I was very much down under. Snow on the Beach is about doing coke with Maddie Healy. Lana has sold coke spoons before. Snow on the Beach is about doing coke with Maddie Healy. Lana has sold coke spoons before. I need the source. Where's the source? I need the source. I mean, where did you get that from? That's so funny. That's so funny. Lana has sold. The fact that you put that in parentheses, Lana has sold coke spoons before, is insane. Not an opinion. I just want you to listen to the acoustic version of Lavender Haze at some point. Ooh, very loud. What the hell?
Staring at the ceiling with you. Oh, you don't ever say too much.
It's missing the production from Lavender Haze, but it's still very pretty. I've been under scrutiny, yeah, oh yeah. You handled it beautifully, yeah, oh yeah. All this shit is new to me, yeah, oh yeah. Like the drum. What the fuck? I feel like I'm being teased right now. I just wanna stay. This is like Lavender Haze for Zara. This literally sounds like 2005 after church when I used to. That's very specific. Let me chill. It's not her best work, but people need to respect and appreciate it more. Thank you. I agree. I don't think it's her best work. I honestly think Folklore and Evermore, her pandemic session albums, is like the best Taylor, I feel like. I haven't heard Torture Poets yet, but I feel like that's like prime Taylor. But this is my favorite Taylor. People refusing to accept that this album is the breakdown of her relationship are living in delusion. Delusional! Literally, bro. I literally am trying not to make like a case for like someone else's life, especially if they didn't come out outright and say it. But like art, I don't get why people get so mad that art is like up to interpretation, but then people get mad when you interpret the art. I don't know, but I fucking agree 1000%. Best Taylor Swift album, hell yeah. Now we're talking some sense right now. Dear Reader's Bridge is top 3 on this album. I agree. Labyrinth, Midnight Rain, and Glitch hate is so forced. Midnight Rain I can probably get behind, but Glitch, be for real. Labyrinth, like, be for real. Y'all are coming up with diabolical hot take. These are literally some of the best songs in the album. It was such a jarring album for Swifties that I feel like I can understand why a lot of Swifties would not fuck with this album. But I feel like if you showed this album to other people that did not like Taylor Swift, they would like this album. But maybe not. I don't know. I fucking love this album. No one's gonna make me hate this album. This album actually kind of makes me very depressed and kind of sad just because of the content in it. But nonetheless, it is still a great project. I don't know, I kind of want to do more of these like hot take videos. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you guys think this would be a great addition to the channel to, like, after I react to certain albums, I get you guys' hot takes, and then, you know, I mean, I do what I'm fucking doing right now, Lauren. Yeah, of course. But yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Oppose from your terrible hot takes. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys today and arguing, and we can argue some more in the comments. Let them fly. If you're even thinking about subscribing, you're already here. You might as well stay for a while.